primer, we're going to use the Wet n Wild Coverall Primer, and this is a new product that just came out. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that all over my face. So now I'm going to use the color correcting palette, and this came with the primer in a set, and it has the purple, green, white, and yellow, and they're all different color correctors for different issues for your face. Basically, I've only been using the yellow, and I use it for my under eye circles. So I just take a little bit with my finger and apply it under my eyes, just like where you would apply your normal under eye concealer. So then I'm going to go in with the Coverall foundation, and this is in the color Light. I really do like this foundation a lot. It's definitely one of my everyday go-to foundations. So I'm just going to apply it with my hands. You can use a brush or a beauty blender, but for today I'm just using my hands. Okay, so for my under eye concealer, I'm going to use the Come Correct Concealer. This is a brand new product as well, and I do really like this too. So literally you just need the tiniest bit, and I definitely recommend doing one eye at a time, because it is kind of sticky and you got to work with it fast. I've been just using my fingers to kind of blend it in. You can use a beauty blender or a concealer brush if you want, but I find that just using your fingers works just as well. So the next thing I'm going to use is one of their new contour palettes. These are really great products. They are only available at Walmart, so you should definitely go pick them up. So I'm going to take this yellowy shade here, and it's the highlight color, and I'm going to use that to set my under eye concealer, which is what I've been doing with it, and I really, really like it. Okay, so we're going to come back to this in a minute, but for the next step, I'm going to use, now this has seen better days. I don't even have the top lid, and there's barely any product left, but this is the Coverall powder. It's one of my favorite setting powders. So I'm literally just lightly setting my face. I don't like to use a ton of powder because by the time you use your highlight and your contour and your blush, I just like to use a little bit of setting powder just to keep my foundation in place and to get rid of any shine. So now I'm going to go back to the contour palette, and we're going to use the contour shade. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit onto my temples and just on the hairline, and then just whatever's left. I don't do a lot of contouring on my jawline or my nose, but whatever's left on the brush, I just go ahead and run in those areas. Okay. So for my eyes, I'm going to use the Fergie Eye Primer, which this stuff is really great too. I would say that this is a dupe for the Primer Potion from Urban Decay because I have both. I use both on a weekly basis, and honestly, I can't really tell the difference. So now this is a Wet n Wild brush that I'm going to use. It's their angled brush, and these were out a while back. I don't know if you can still find them or not because they're coming out with new brushes now, but this was a good one. They're like 99 cents, so you can never go wrong with the Wet n Wild brush. So I'm going to use, I've depotted this, but it's the Cream Matte shade from the Vanity palette. And this is like my go-to brow bone highlight color that I use literally like almost every day. So I'm just applying that on my brow bone and dragging it down a little bit into the inner corner. So the palette we're going to be using today is the Vinyl Collection palette, and it's from the Silver Lake Spring line that just came out. So I'm going to take this top kind of matte shade here, and we're going to use that as our transition shade. And so apply that in the crease. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm using a big fluffy, this is an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, but I love this brush as my eye blending and my transition color brush, so I don't use it for concealer. To deepen that up just a little bit more, I'm gonna go in with the second color down on the matte side of the Vanity palette. This is the, I don't know, kind of light brown matte color, and I'm gonna just go over that transition area with this just to deepen it up a little bit, because that one from the Vinyl collection is pretty light. It's almost too light. And this color from the Vanity palette I use almost every day as my transition shade. So then I'm going to go into this bottom, this deep reddish, warm, sparkly brown. It's got some gold sparkles in it. Tapping off my brush, and I'm using that same brush. And I'm just going to really focus this on the outer part of the crease and on the outer, very outer part of the lid, just dragging it underneath my eyelid as well. So then I'm going to go back to that shade, that top shade that I said was a little too light for the transition. I'm just going to use that as a blending shade. And I think it's going to work perfect for a blending shade. So now I'm going to use one of my favorite products, which you don't hear much about at all. And it is the Wet n Wild Idolize pencils, and this is in the color Pixie. It's kind of like a NYX jumbo eyeshadow pencil. So I'm going to apply this on the inner part of my lid. And what this does is it just kind of works as a base, and it's just going to make that lid color pop even more. I also like to take this and just literally just put it in the inner corner. I do that a lot with this. Even if I don't use it as a base, I'll use it as my inner corner highlight because it's really beautiful. It's easy. I like it better than using a shadow because I think it lasts all day. So now we're going to go back to the Vinyl collection, and we're going to take this top shimmery kind of champagne color. And this is a Wet n Wild brush as well, but I'm going to be using on my lid. This is the e.l.f. setting spray, but there's just water in here, so I'm not cheating and using an e.l.f. product. I'm just spraying my brush with a little water, and I'm picking that color up. And we're going to put it on the right over the same place where we put that Pixie eye pencil. And since that Pixie eye pencil is kind of similar in color, it's really going to make this color pop even more. So next I'm going to go into the middle color here. I'm going to take that and just apply it just on the outer, like probably just the outer like third of the lid, just to kind of deepen that up a little bit. And I'm using the same brush. So then I'm just going to go back to this bottom kind of reddish brown shade. Just tapping that on an angled brush, and I'm just defining the crease just a little bit more with that color. Just kind of really wedging it into the crease. Okay, so now let's do our under eye pencil. I'm going to be using, this is one of their new kohl pencils, and it is in bronze, I believe. Oh, it's in Prose and Bronze. So I'm going to use that as a eyeliner on the bottom here. This is a really pretty color. It's really a unique color. I've never had an eyeliner like that before. Okay, so before I do my mascara or my top liquid liner, I'm going to do my eyebrows. And I'm going to be using, and this is going to be a first impression because I have not used this yet. And this is in Blonde Moments, which I mean, my eyebrows aren't blonde, but the brunette one looked a little too dark, so we'll find out. So it comes with a spoolie on the other end, which is cool because not a lot of drugstore products like come with a spoolie on them. So I'm combing them up, and then I'm going to just do how I would normally do my eyebrows. So I'm going to just line the bottom. Now I can already tell you want to use a light hand with these, because it is going on pretty heavy. So I just usually outline the top and the bottom of my eyebrows and just kind of meet them up. But yeah, the color is perfect. I definitely wouldn't want any darker. Okay, so now I'm going to comb through them with the spoolie. Okay, so I'm going to set them. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. I really do like this. This is the second tube of it that I purchased. So I'm just setting my brows with that so that they stay in place. And just kind of combing through them one more time. Okay, so now we can do our liquid liner on top. I'm going to use the H2O waterproof liquid liner in black brown. Okay, so now this is another first impression. I've had this for a long time. It's the Fergie mascara. I've never used it, so let's find out how it performs. It's kind of a curved wand. I've heard good and bad things about this. I've heard very mixed reviews about it. I like it. I like the brush. The shape of the brush makes it really easy to kind of get into those tight areas. And so then the last thing we have besides our lips is, I don't know why, but I always do this step last, my blush and my highlight. This is one of my favorite ones. This is Rose Champagne Glow. This is one of my favorite highlights. And I'm just going to take like an angled brush here and just apply it just right on the top of the cheekbone and just dragging it up. For the blush, I'm using Brush with Destiny, using the same brush that we used on the highlight. Just kind of applying that on my cheekbone and the apple of the cheek. And then I always just go back to my powder brush and just blend out my blush a little bit. So now all that's left is lips. So I'm going to use my Balm Stain in Rico Mauve. This is one of my all-time favorites. And it's seen better days. I need to pick up a new one. It's been a while since I've used this. I forgot how awesome these are. Okay, so here's the completed look that we did using all Wet n Wild cosmetics. So just because you don't spend a lot of money on your makeup doesn't mean it's not going to look good, because you can tell in this demo that some of these products I think are almost better than high-end products that I've used. So let me know if you pick up any of these products. I'd love to hear what you think about them. If there's any other Wet n Wild products that you want to see reviewed or demoed, let me know, because I probably have it in my collection. So thanks for watching. This was my first full face tutorial, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!